dropped off. See those beautiful bolts, nuts and washers. Not bolts, but nuts and washers. But like we were saying, that's going to be good news and bullish news for crypto as the time goes on. But I think it's going to take for the full effect of that to come in. It's going to be like a halvening, right? You have a halvening and the price doesn't just go up 100% in the next 2 to 3 weeks or 2 to 3 months. Over the next 6 to 12 months after a halvening, the price you see from where it started to where it's at over time gradually gains momentum and then has a big volume spike and a big price action spike. And the people that see this and that are just jumping in on the news right now, yes, the Bitcoin price could continue to come up, but I don't think this today, because the news came out, is going to make the Bitcoin price go to all-time highs and you got to panic and just buy, right? If you're a long-term hodler, you're always buying. Either you're accumulating on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, a quarterly basis, however you're doing your long-term hodling and stacking. Most people dollar cost average, because that's, I mean, unless you're a one-time buyer in something, that's really the only way to do it. But the dollar cost average is you on a scheduled buy and you buy, right? Sometimes the price is up, sometimes the price is down, sometimes the price hasn't moved, but you continue to buy, right? Another way long-term hodlers do it is they buy in a level. If it's consolidating like down here, they were constantly buying in this bear market, right? And if they have no intentions to sell, the price goes up and then it has a huge correction, and so they buy more after the price went up massive amounts in that rally, and then it comes down 40%, so they buy all in that range. They don't care buying it on the exact day that it's down the most. They just buy it when it's down from a major move. If it moves 100% and then has a 35% retracement, they're going to buy, the long-term hodler. So say the last time they bought was down in here before the price action rocketed because they were buying all through there. Well, then the price takes off. They're not buying it on the way up. They wait for it to go up, make its blow off top, right? If we zoom in here, they let it skyrocket, right? Because they've already been buying, so their bags are loaded. Because they have no intentions of selling. It gets all into this consolidation, and then when it finally has a big weekly move down into here, then they'll start buying. They don't care if they bought it here or right down there or accumulating anywhere in there. They just know it had a huge rally, and then they buy it after it had a meaningful correction, right? And then it skyrockets again, and they don't participate in that, and then it starts to fall, right? Then it starts to fall. Let's get rid of this. Then it starts to fall. A meaningful rally down, they would probably accumulated more there, right? So it's not bad. Then it would rally up. They wouldn't accumulate, right? And then it has a big fall. They probably would have accumulated some here, and they probably would have accumulated some more there. And then now you're letting it in green candles run up into wherever it's going to go, right? That's how these long-term hodlers do it, because they're buying way down here, and then they're spot buying because they're always accumulating Bitcoin, or they're always accumulating their crypto that they like, Ethereum, Solana, XLM, XRP. They're always accumulating that XRP. They just accumulate at opportune times when the market settles down after each major move, right? Then they accumulate. So that. I think it's going to take some time with the BlackRock news, and I think eventually that will be very bullish for Bitcoin, very bullish for crypto, right? But in the short term, it's bullish, but it's not going to be changing the structure of the overall market right now. Like if that news would have came out 9 months ago at the peak of the second mountain double top, it would have skyrocketed the price maybe another $10,000 or $15,000 based on that news if the good times were rolling. Let the good times roll, right? If it was those sweet orgasmic euphoria times of 8 months ago, that could have pushed the Bitcoin price with that news really far in a day. But right now in the state of the market, it can move the market subtly, but it's going to be a gradual over time that you're going to see 6, 12, 18, 24 months from now that this was actually major news. And it slowly but surely, as if you get 6 months out and this institution uses this and buys some Bitcoin into their fund, right? Into their IRAs or their 401ks, whatever the big institutional money managers, whatever money they're managing, and they put some of that money into this, then you can say, ding, there's another one that went in, ding, there's another one that went in, right? But in the short term, what we're looking at for Bitcoin this weekend is you got to stay above the 200-day. If you stay above the 200-day this weekend, you can trade to the upside and try to hit some of those $26,000, $28,000 targets that we have up there, right? And then if it comes to the downside, you can even come down and back test this again and still remain bullish this weekend. Where you get bearish is if you slip the 200-day, struggle, and then fall back into this and start using this as upper resistance, something like that, then you would be bearish, right? But if you're doing something like this, that would be bullish. So that's what we're watching out for in the Bitcoin price. The XLM price, you can see it's very simple in XLM. We had this big roll off, the big runoff, blow off or running top here off of a big depressed state. And you can see it did not take, or those are just showing the lower supports down there. It ran up to the upside, but got sold off by this blue ring. And now it's sitting right back at that major upper resistance. You had upper resistance. And then if you went back into the price more, you can see some more upper resistance there. And conveniently, this is what they like to do often, but not always. They blow off, then they come back down and they got to back test major resistance or support zones. And in this case, it would be a major resistance zone. And now it's holding it as support right on the 200-day moving average, right? So that's bullish. If it stays above that in its consolidation, it can make another run up for either A, a big mountain double top or like a Batman looking formation, or B, it can breach it and continue up in the bull run, or it's going to do some trading and then slip the 200-day and start using it as resistance again. If it does that, you know it's bearish. If it drops down, comes back up in a furious little rally and gets slowed down and rejected, that is bearish, and that's what you would have to look for something to come back down towards the 10.5 to 11 cents. But if you can continue to hold this, you can continue to remain bullish in XLM and try to make a run up there at that old upper resistance that we did a great job on a video from the other day at about the 16-cent level, right? Then if we look at